Alright, so I think last night was the first night we went below zero this year, so there's some frost lingering around this morning. So from here on in is when the early morning gym sessions are going to be a little bit more chilly. Did I grab my water? Yeah, we're good. Okay. So this morning is going to be upper body day, which is the one I've been struggling to kind of pull the reins in on a little bit, we should say. Like, it's been a little what's the word I want to use for that, frivolous with my time on it. So been having difficulties kind of limiting myself to hitting each muscle group maybe only once, whereas on an upper body day I'd try to hit everything multiple times. But since I'm hitting chest, back, tries, buys, shoulders, I don't really have the allotted time in a 1 hour, or sometimes I've been doing an hour and a half sometimes with these workouts, and it's getting to be a little too long. So I'm gonna try and cut back on getting a little carried away with the workouts. Not that it's a bad thing, it's just I'll have to be back home to get the kiddos to school today. So what are we gonna do? I'm probably gonna do incline Smith or incline bench on the Smith machine. I'm thinking bent over rows on a bench, like the one arm ones with a dumbbell, and then probably preacher curl machine, and then tricep extensions or something like that. That'd be the four main ones. Shoulder presses and probably some lateral raises as well for the shoulders. And then we got to throw forearms in, because that's something I've also been kind of neglecting. I've kind of made a point to make sure I hit calves on my leg day both times, so I want to do the same thing with forearms, so I don't look like I don't know, trying to avoid having built up upper arms and then forearms that look like a Ken doll or something like that. I think it's just the usual suspects here today at the gym. The only unusual suspect right now is taking my wife's truck instead of mine, because we had, oh my god, I can't even see my mirrors. Just have a visitor staying with us at the house, and the driveway got to be a bit of a jigsaw puzzles, like that Rush Hour game. I had to rearrange everything, but we made it out. That's all that matters. I think I got everything I need. Yeah, so I'm gonna get in there, get this done, and then figure out something to chat about afterwards. Alright, a little late again getting back from the gym, but felt like it was a really good workout today. Did about 40 minutes of cardio this morning, which went pretty it was, I don't want to say effortless is probably not the right word to use, but it was mindless, I guess would be the right word. So it was pretty smooth. Just got to sit there, play my game. Legs are still a bit sore from yesterday's workout, so I think all things considered it went well. The upper body workout today, same thing, not mindless for sure. It was felt like it was pretty focused as far as the muscle groups, and I think I hit everything pretty effectively. What did we do today? Incline dumbbells. We did some, oh my god. Incline dumbbells. We did pull downs on the lat machine. And then we did some kind of like, I don't know, call them like incline chest flies, but they're kind of like those chest curls, so like really focusing up on the top part of the chest, but instead of it being just like a straight across, you kind of bring your arm upwards across your like opposing clavicle area, so it kind of looks like you're curling the dumbbell, but you're not actually flexing the elbow, so more focused on the upper chest. And then what did we do from there? Back. I think the cable machine was being used that I was going to use for pullovers, so then we went to tricep extensions, forearm extensions, and then bicep curls with forearm curls. Kind of like supersetting them because it kind of worked out because the cable was in the top position, so I just kept it in that position for the forearm curls and the tricep extensions, and then the opposite for the bicep curls and then forearm extensions. And then once we were done with the arms, I went back and hit the pullovers. The one thing I didn't really get to focus on too much today was shoulders, but with the incline dumbbell presses, I think we were probably able to touch on them a bit, and then we'll focus on them a little bit more with the push day coming up in a couple days. So not a complete loss. Anyways, gonna get the little kiddos ready for school and probably catch up with you for a little post drop off check-in, and then we'll call it a day. Tale as old as time. This is not going to show up really well. Well, I really need to get myself a ND filter. So kids are all dropped off at school. I'm just going to be dropping some coffee off to Amy at work. And I was thinking the final recap or the thoughts of today, I guess we could call it, or I don't know really what we want to call it, but I think what I'm going to start doing for the videos is I'm going to record like an answer. It's okay, bub, I know. We're going to ask a question, like probably like an AI generated question, and then when it generates it, I'll try and answer it off the hop to work on some of the impromptu kind of improv interview style questions, I guess you could say, for med school prep. What was I talking about before I got out of the truck? Gym workout went well. As I mentioned yesterday, the kind of the dieting part of things is working well. I'm happy with the changes that, holy man, that's bright, that I'm seeing on the scale. Still need some, yeah, I know, buddy. There's still some changes I have to waiting to kind of see happen as far as like actual fat loss, but I think we're on the right track. The how long or the length of time it's going to take for the kind of the end of this cutting cycle is probably yet to be determined. My app that I'm using seems to think that it'll be near the end of November based on the, I guess, projected weight loss that it's guesstimating. The number I put in isn't really a hard, fast number. It's going to kind of depend on I feel like this thing is just exposing for... It's going to depend more on, obviously how I feel I look and if I'm happy with the results. So we will see how long that actually runs for. Another month's not completely out of the question. The weight training part, looking forward to hopefully a bulking cycle at some point so we can put on some more muscle and the actual strength part of things, because that's definitely some... What's up, buddy? Yeah, camera. Yeah, and there's a big truck there, yeah. But we're definitely lacking on like the strength part of things. I've definitely noticed a huge decline. Not huge, but there's been a decline in my numbers as far as rep counts and weights. But, during a cutting cycle, that's the whole purpose of, weight training. You're not weight training to gain strength or gain muscle. It's retention of muscle that you've already had. So I think that in terms of that, if that's the goal during the cutting cycle, which it is, then we're succeeding in that, and we're succeeding in losing fat. So we're on the right path. What else today? Nothing else really. Probably gonna try and get some of these videos out. Don't really have any pensive, deep thoughts to discuss. Probably think of something tomorrow. And what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is another leg day, so compound movement, hack squats, leg presses, and back squats probably, and RDLs.
Mom?
Yeah, we're gonna go see Mom and give her some coffee.
Mom!
Yeah, I know.
Mom!
Anyways, I think at that we're gonna end the video. For anyone who's still hanging around watching, thanks for sticking around, and for anyone who's interested in watching the I don't want to call it a shit show, but the growing pains, I guess, of this process, then I'm sure there'll be another video up tomorrow or the next day.